Hello everyone, I'm SuperDazza.
And I'm Purley.
And welcome back to the SMITE Community Podcast, the podcast where we focus on the SMITE community from the past 2 weeks, whilst Purley knows absolutely nothing about it. We're back.
Yeah.
We're back. This was a weird one, because Hi-Rez have kind of screwed us over with scheduling, because we have a two week schedule where we upload podcast on one Sunday and then community concepts on the next Sunday, and so on and so on. And because they skipped a week with patch notes, we're no longer doing the podcast straight after the patch notes, and instead you've had to wait a week for this after the patch notes have been revealed. We'll probably sort that out depending on how they decide to do patch notes for the start of next year. We'll probably sort that out so that it does go back to normal, so that the podcast is straight after patch notes. But we are recording on the Thursday this time. Yes. So obviously we can do that because patch notes
don't always align. But I mean, it's not. Is it that bad a thing?
It's not bad at all, because apart from, I mean, anything I get from the next 4 days, like from Reddit or something, we'll just go on to the next one. So you get 2 weeks and 4 days next podcast. Wow. Right.
The luxury.
This is a lot. This is a big one. Surprisingly, like I don't know, it feels like there was just a lot that the community had to say this week, or the last 2 weeks. So let's go on with it. 523 patch notes were last Friday. Adam, how much do you know about these ones?
I did have a read through them. I didn't watch the patch notes again, annoyingly, but I did get a chance to read through and check everything, which is more than normal. So I'm kind of proud of myself. It is more than normal. Wow, incredible. So I've made a few notes and things to discuss from this. First of all, Zhonghui has got a skin. Yeah. Woo. This one was actually a community sort of community made one by Wolf Dog Art, who's on Reddit a lot, and Hi-Rez kind of worked with him to, Titanforge worked with him to make stitched horror Zhonghui. It's pretty cool. I'm never gonna get used to that. I'm never gonna call them Titanforge. It's always gonna be Hi-Rez. It always has been.
Yeah, it's gonna. Yeah, there's no way. Also, Ares Tier 5 has been announced, revealed, and I don't know. Do you know? Have you seen much about it at all?
I can see the card art.
Yes. Does it look good?
Yeah. Yes. Different from the original skin, but yes.
It feels like it's sort of what do you mean original from different from the original concept art? Yeah,
the one that people voted for.
Yeah,
but we've discussed that before, so
yeah. The thing is that it does obviously look a lot like the most recent concept art. So there's not really much to talk about when it comes to the looks. It looks cool, and there's obvious progression and stuff. It's stuck with the whole it's per level, rather than like a weird way.
Anything
like
interesting?
Oh no, not your spiel again. But yeah, so his the big part about this skin I saw was the animation for the ult. They kind of realised that they had some like kind of a lot of wind up time for the ability that they just didn't use for animation. So they kind of added some cool backflips and movements and stuff during the wind up time of the ult. It's pretty cool. Yeah, he does the Macarena. He does the Hades dance. So imagine if you could dance during Ares ult.
Imagine if you could dance during Hades ult. Wow, that was harder to say than I thought it would be. I just skipped.
I don't think either of
us
are awake right now.
It's like 1:30. We should be awake.
yeah. In the afternoon.
Yeah.
So the community had a lot to say about the Godslayer Ares skin. Avanusian on Reddit says, with the community, I'd like to say a thank you to Titanforge for Godslayer Ares. So yeah, after seeing Godslayer Ares on the patch notes, what immediately came to mind was this is a tier 5, a real showstopper at that too. What with all the little additional animation changes, as well as the gradual shift from a regal Mars to something straight out of a metal cover / Witch King, this looks like the skin for Ares. Hell, even the lore of Godslayer Ares as a separate universe has potential to be expanded upon as a more serious venture for Smite. Oh yeah, Titan even gave players the ability to shift forms at level 22. Not 22, 20.
Okay.
TOO. Which is like having 4 skins in one that you can pick. Also, as something to mention as well is it doesn't. I think it might do. The second form actually switches at level 6, not level 5, because they wanted to give the first one an ultimate. So
that's kind of cool. I like that little detail change. Well, it means you need to ult before you hit level 6. You got to ult in that time frame so you can see the animation that they put work into.
I think so. It's very similar to the other animations, though. The second and third form animation. So I don't know why they had to get him to have an ultimate there, but so there we go. Like Mind 7 says, couldn't agree more. Hyro's picking up Ryu. Hyro's Ryu is the best decision they have made in a long time. Ever since he has been on board, Titanforge is going from strength to strength. I agree with that. But, in terms of the skin, very cool.
Very nice.
And very nice. And if Reddit would allow me to open this link.
Which it won't, ever. You're stuck.
Yeah. SSJ Sooner, actually, about this skin says, I'm very pleased with how Tier 5 Ares came out, but if you can put this much time and effort into a Tier 5 skin, please do it for every Tier 5 and not half-ass some of them. There is no reason why you have skins like Ares and Ulla who look and sound amazing from pretty much top to bottom, and then you have skins like Thor and Bellona who just seem underwhelming compared to them. I understand if some abilities are hard to do extra effects on, but man, I feel so ripped off. Tier 5 Bellona is such a bad skin compared to Ares.
I mean, Tier 5 Bellona wasn't the, it's technically a Tier 5, but it didn't have the whole, final prize of the Odyssey, this massive thing and the build-up.
No, but I feel like if they're gonna give it the title of Tier 5, it should be a Tier 5. Like, if we're gonna have a list of Tier 5s, no matter where they come from, I feel like they should be kind of at the same level.
Yeah, but I don't know, because the tiers are kind of they're like a defined thing, and just because Bellona's skin is technically a Tier 5 doesn't mean it needs to be in line with the rest of the Tier 5s. Like, it's just sure, it's Tier 5, and that's a name that you can throw at every skin which changes in certain situations, but that doesn't mean they'll need to have the same weight, just because it's more like you should be glad that Bellona's Tier 4 changes than be disappointed that her Tier 5 isn't good enough.
Okay, sure, but also I hope they don't take that kind of mindset and do that for the future, where they have Tier 5 skins that they just kind of half-ass, and it actually is quite. I don't know. I hope they don't use that as an excuse for making bad Tier 5s in the future. Like, I hope Tier 5s are still no, but it's not. But I hope that Tier 5s are still this almighty thing, and they don't just kind of make it simple in the future, if you see what I mean. Like, it still needs to be this kind of big project.
I don't know. For me, tier 5 is just like a word, a classification. Like, I don't want them to half-ass a Final Odyssey reward. Like, that's obviously got to be the be-all and end-all best skin ever. Do not pull your punches on those skins. But I feel like it would almost be a thing to hold them back. Like, it's, we could make the skin a tier 5, but then the community would expect that it has all these custom things and these new fancy things. Like, I don't care that it's defined as technically a tier 5. I care that it's a good skin. An Odyssey reward needs to be amazing. A tier 5 is just a skin which happens to transform, for me.
Fair enough. Yeah, here's what it's defined as, I guess. Mr. Dinos, also the last thing on Reddit for the Ares tier 5. It's very sad that we will not receive the Godslayer name tag or title for the purchase of Ares tier 5. Would be kind of cool to have Godslayer before your name. And
I don't want the titles to get spammed everywhere, though.
To be honest, I don't really mind too much. Like, it's not a huge deal. It doesn't take up to, and it's a cool way of I know it's just a cool way of customization. And I don't know. It feels like it's something that should happen. Just give them the Godslayer title, but alas. Also in 523 there is a new mini adventure called Loki's on the Naughty List, and this essentially is the last level of Shadows of the Hercopolis, where you fight Loki, buffed up Loki as a 3-man, I think, and save Hercules, I think.
Yeah.
I never got there, but I saw videos.
It's just giving angry people a chance to kill Loki as much as they want to.
Yeah, exactly.
Which I'm sure is very cathartic, yeah. Cathartic for some people. Thank you. I wasn't sure.
Yeah,
didn't sound right.
Also, with this patch, player gifting is now a thing. So they have made a blog about player gifting in case people are confused. The gift options are a random emote, random voice pack, random tier 2 skin, and a random awesome skin, which includes a large amount but not all higher tier skins, including exclusives. I believe you have to spend gems in order to give stuff to players. You don't give stuff that you already own. What?
You have to spend gems to send anything. So it costs gems to send a tier 2 skin that you can buy for favour.
You can't buy a tier 2 skin for favour.
Isn't a tier 2 a recolor?
No, I think tier 1, I guess. Tier 2 is the 250 gems one.
Oh, okay. Ignore me.
Yeah, will do. But you have to be level 10 to give a gift, but any level to receive a gift. And you can there are achievements as well. You can achievement for receiving your first gift, achievement for receiving 20 gifts, which gives you the title The Popular, and receive 200 gifts to gain the title Superstar. Give your first gift for an achievement, give 20 gifts, which gives you the title Gift Giver, and give 200 gifts, which gives you the title The Generous God. So there we go.
It's a lot of 200 gifts is a lot of gifts.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Like, that is huge. Just for a title.
If it was like 20 and 50, that would still be a lot. But they've gone to 200. Like, Jesus.
But then if you see anyone with the gift, was it the gift giver, the generous
God
in game, you're just gonna know they're gonna be a good teammate.
Yeah, true.
And
just make friends with them, you'll get gifts.
Quickly before we jump onto the big topic of the patch notes and big topic of the community, quick changes. We'll talk about Hades buff and the mana buff. Hades increased movement speed from 355 to 365. That's huge, and well needed. And his ult protections have been increased in the late game.
Although I would say, you say that the movement speed buff is huge. It will feel great, and it's a great buff to his movement speed, but I don't think he'll actually be like top tier that good really still.
No, I don't
like
think any of these
it's a quality of life change. And it's a huge quality of life change. But
yeah, exactly. And Vimana ult now gains a stacking health shield every second equal to 0.6% to his max HP per 0.2 seconds. This shield fades when Vimana's ult ends. Changed his heal to tick every 0.2 seconds instead of every 1 second, but he still heals for the same amount of health each second as he did previously, so a similar thing to what happened with the fountain. And can now pass through player-made walls. Wow.
He's no longer a giant baby stuck behind a little Thor wall.
Yep. You can smash it now.
That would be
smashing a
that would be cool. If in Vimana's ult you destroyed player-made objects like Gold Fury.
Interesting.
That would be so good.
Would it be OP? I don't know.
No. It's for mana. No. It would be cool. It would be a direct Odin counter.
True. That'd be so frustrating though. Every single ult that you use as Odin just gets smashed down instantly. Right.
I think that'd be good.
Well, maybe they can try it. There you go, Hyros. You're welcome. The big change of this patch notes now. UI. The play screen and match lobby screens have been updated on PC, and the friends list and party menus have been updated, on all platforms. Now,
why is that the biggest change?
That's a big change because a lot of the community do not like it. And even there was a 35-minute video by shout out to Grayson Hutchinson, who is a UI designer for a small software company. He's been there for about 2 years. He's been a UX user experience designer for 8 months in the same company. He claims to not be the most qualified to be talking about UIs, but he has experience, and he did a 35-minute video on why the new. Sorry,
I just said yeah. Keep going.
Yeah, and but he has experience to talk about it, and he went for 35 minutes talking about why he thought the UI needed to be changed. And 35 minutes shows you how much of it needs to be changed. I did make notes on it actually whilst watching it, so I can talk about it here. So really, what I'm just gonna kind of TLDR everything that happened in the video. But a big thing that Hi-Rez wanted from this new UI is to be able to unify console UI and PC UI. Now, Grayson, what he has to say about this, they are, they said that they made a good UI for both console and PC. That works for both. Grayson says Hi-Rez are lying about making a UI that is good for both platforms because they conflict. Consoles need big buttons because they people tend to be far away from TV and they've got no fine motor movements with joysticks, and that leads to less information per page on a console UI. So overall, it's extremely difficult, nay impossible, to make a good UI that is both good for both good for console and PC. There are some good aspects to this UI. Apparently, the icons at the bottom right where they are now, like friends list and stuff, they're intuitive and they're the same colours and stuff. The SMITE logo is now in the top left of the screen instead of at the top middle. This is a weird one to talk about on the podcast.
Wow.
But he puts this under a good thing. Like the game is at least there, like it's somewhere. And I don't know whether he thinks that it's better to be in the top left rather than the top middle, but at least it's somewhere on screen. There are consolidated fonts now, unlike the old UI. Relevant news in the top right is still there, and that's a good thing. And all info is there, even in a console UI. So they managed to put a lot of information still on screen, even though it is trying to be a console UI. There's a lot of bads though. The color scheme doesn't match up very well. There's a lot of kind of bronze. They tried to go with the bronze, but they're gone with more of a tan. A lot of the yellows don't match up. A lot of the blues don't match up. Notifications are either blue or purple, and they don't really match up. Like they need to be a little bit. Indicators and notifications need to be a bit more concise and pick one blue. They said that they'd spent about a year on this UI, but Grayson says you don't deliberate for a year and end up with a desert tan colour. Layout is weird. The chat system is a bit janky. It covers up some of the buttons on the home screen, and that's that's weird. But what they need to do, a big thing that he said, what they need to do, as they have on the front screen, they have Heroes Odyssey and Celestial Domination and stuff. Under Play, they have like Play, Store, Heroes Odyssey, and all of this is in one long list. What they need to do is make it a lot more categorized. They need to put Heroes Odyssey in, say, an events thing. They also need to make it future-proof as well, so if they want to add something else, they can just put it under the events menu rather than the main menu. As making it console, they can't really do that though, because you can't put any depth into it. The thing is, also with the favor and gems, shouldn't be in the top middle. I put it in the top middle. People don't know what these are. Veteran players understand what these are, but this is a big point. You don't design a UI for veterans, you design it for new players.
Yep.
And that's what I thought that was a pretty good thing. And consistency and experience was a big thing you talked about a lot as well. There's no fading into different screens. It's very just... they don't have it now even. It's just very... just a hard cut to another screen. He used Dota 2 as an example of a good UI that does fading and stuff. They've also potentially got rid of the whole cosmetic loadout screen because he cannot find it. So there.
Wow.
There we go. So yeah. That's a big thing about how the community like it.
I have two things to say really, but I've forgotten one, so I'm going to skip to two.
Sweet.
Who asked for this?
I think it's purely because...
Has anyone actually been complaining about the SMITE UI not being...
They want to... I think a big reason why they want to update it is because they don't... That they want to make it a lot more SMITE themed, right? Like right now it's very space themed, and that's kind of weird for a very ancient mythological based game.
That was a change they made though.
Probably about 3 years ago now.
Yeah. The Season 1 UI was very SMITE based, and then they changed to a celestial theme when they went to Season 2. And they still haven't finished updating the old UI, so they're into the new space themed thing. and now they're jumping back into the theme that it used to be.
So they are. Yeah, I don't know. I do like the theme of the new UI. Like it is very SMITE. It's good, and it's what is needed. But like I think it was last podcast I was talking about how high-res need to work on their jankiness.
That's the last 2 podcasts you've mentioned that, actually, yeah.
Yeah, I'll mention it again. They need to work on their jankiness, they need to work on the feel of the game, and this UI, I feel like, is going to be a big hit to that. But, yeah, I don't know. We'll see. I actually asked Titan Cupcake, one of the community managers, whether they saw this and stuff, and they said that they have seen that they've seen that there is a video. They haven't watched it yet, but they are looking out on the community. They're looking to see what the community say about the UI and stuff. So they are looking, and changes will probably happen if I had to guess.
I don't understand. I don't get there, because this has been an obsession for a while. One of the big Season 2 things, going back that far, was also, it was a very console-ish UI compared to the old one. I don't get why. I don't understand why they want the console and PC UIs to be in any way similar. If they're 2 separate UIs that are friendly to new users, no one's going to care.
They are very, I don't know, they're trying to unify things. I don't know exactly what the reason for unifying everything, but yeah, I don't know. They want to do it. So
I get they're trying to make it so that a PC player transitioning to console or vice versa, it's easier for them to know where things are. But if it's a friendly user experience for a new player, it'll be just as friendly for a veteran who's switching. Even if it's a completely different UI, if it's a friendly one, like prioritize that over making the 2 UIs the same.
Yeah, that's a good point. But we spoke about that for a long time. Holy crap!
It's been a long time. Anything else?
No, that is it from patch notes that I want to talk about. And of course, Hell reduced the percentage chance of Hell saying a voice line while stance changing from 100% to 60%. Give it to Ulla! And that is all I have to say about patch notes.
And I'm going to say something really quickly. I saw this a while ago, and I was like, why not have you done this yet? Because I thought for a while, why doesn't muting someone mute certain voice lines, like changing stances, or pressing 3 as Mooden, or so many things that people do to BM that aren't muted when you mute them.
Do it. There you go, Titan, you got told.
Yeah.
Moving on to more official stuff now. There's a couple of things in the official stuff. SMITE uploaded the cinematic trailer.
Ooh.
Yeah, it was the old cinematic trailer, but with new music. I don't know why.
Only took them about 3 years. No, 2 years, I guess.
Yeah.
Since that one.
I don't know why, but there we go.
I mean, the biggest complaint when it was released was, this is a good cinematic trailer, but the music is dog shite.
Yes.
And there was actually several other ones uploaded, which was the same cinematic trailer, but with different music over it, which were much better. I don't know why, 2 years later, they've decided to go back and revisit it and fix it.
Yeah.
Are they planning to do something? I don't know.
It's almost worse as well, in my opinion.
Oh no.
It doesn't. I feel like the original song actually fits a lot better, but I digress. Also, due to the fact that yesterday for us, SMITE was offline for a whole day, they've decided to grant double daily login bonuses for a week after. So obviously you're getting this Sunday, so daily login bonuses until next Wednesday. There you go.
Actually, that means it's only just too late, so that if you're listening to this, you can't get gems. Sorry.
Rippy. And that is it from official stuff. community. Again, like I said, a lot of community stuff.
Okay, let's
this
go.
week, weirdly. So I guess let's jump into it. Scalping Snake on Reddit says they should just remove the ability to surrender and ban people who throw because they are behind. Thoughts?
That's a very controversial thing to say.
I threw us into the deep end straight away.
God, there's a lot to process there.
Yeah.
First of all, I'm pretty sure they're trying to ban people that intentionally throw games. It's just that no system is perfect. A lot of them do get banned, I'm sure.
Yep.
Unless you mean move from a temporary ban system to a permaban system, which would be interesting.
I think in my opinion,
because I know there's a lot of
I don't agree with the permaban system straight away. Yeah, I believe second chances and stuff, and yeah, but
so you're saying, okay, sorry.
I was going to say the ability to surrender, I think, is done well because it's not even done with a majority; it's done with a big majority. It's 4 players out of 5 instead of 3 players every 5. Like, it's done well. If 4 people want to surrender, I think that is good. That is a good amount of people to be able to surrender.
Yeah. I think the surrender system is fine.
Yeah.
And that's coming from someone who does not like surrendering and will try and play the game through to the bitter end. I still think that the surrender system is good and it helps, and it doesn't cause issues too often because, like Danny said, you need 4 out of 5 people to want to surrender, or 3 out of 4 if you've got a DC. What was I going to say?
I don't know.
I had a different point to make. I've forgotten that point. I'm going to pretend that I didn't start talking, and you're going to start talking now, and everyone's going to forget this ever happened.
Yuki T He on Reddit, you're welcome.
Thanks.
Says, I kind of want to put it in the suggestion section of this podcast, but I decided to put it here because it's actually a petition rather. It's a suggestion, but it is a petition, and this got 809 upvotes on Reddit. So this was a big topic. Petition for Titanforge to add a Conquest tutorial / practice for new players. This isn't a troll or anything. I think it would benefit the player base if they added this.
Yeah. I think that it would be a good thing to have in the game, but I also think that it's a lot of investment from Titanforge to make it good. Because the reason that there's a good Joust, and I think it's Joust, the original tutorial, the reason that it's okay is because it doesn't change.
Yes.
What do you say for a Conquest tutorial? You'd have to have a separate ADC support, jungle, solo, mid tutorials. The jungle one would have to change every meta because you've got to go where you go, which camps you go first, that sort of thing.
I
think you're much better off watching the most recent community tutorial videos from YouTube. My throat hates me right now, apparently. Give me a second. Jesus.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, I'm fine.
You're alive.
My throat just decided it didn't want to produce sound.
Okay. They've then produced phlegm instead. It's disgusting.
I think whatever Titanforge make, it will never be as good as the latest community mid-tutorial or support tutorial or whatever tutorial from a pro player or just from a decent player that plays Conquest and is made this fairly recently.
Actually, Mookery agrees with you. They say, since the meta changes and since Conquest is as complex a mode as SMITE has, maybe it's better to make suggestions for the existing tutorial about stuff that absolutely needs to be in it, but also isn't often in need of updating, versus just saying, make a new tutorial. So I think, based on that, and based on what you said, I think what they could do with a Conquest tutorial is not do it in the same style as other tutorials where you're kind of playing the character in it, but instead discuss the layout of the map, and discuss in general, where people go doesn't change, and it hasn't changed for a very long time. There is still a jungler in the jungle, there is still a duo lane on the long lane, a solo lane on the shorter lane, and a mid laner. Though these kind of things, plus where camps are in the map, things like warding and even like VGS as part of it maybe, and just kind of fundamental things that don't change. You need every Conquest game, regardless of how much Conquest has changed or the meta's changed. Those kind of things need to be, I think, would be good to have in a Conquest tutorial.
Okay, as you were talking, I thought of a better idea.
Okay.
Sorry.
It's okay.
It's true. Well. So, just dedicate. Don't spend a lot of money. Just get one of your community people, or even just one of the pro players or something, to spend half an hour every 2 weeks, 3 weeks, find the best Conquest tutorials on YouTube, and just have a little link button somewhere in the Conquest queue menu that's like, check out our recommended Conquest tutorial video. So that if people are confused, they just click there, they watch an up-to-date, good Conquest tutorial, then they can queue up.
But then what does that video include?
It includes a full tutorial of how to play Conquest in the current meta, because there will be one of them that's uploaded on YouTube. It's quite a big platform. But the difference here is that Titanforce don't need to be making these videos, and they don't need to be investing all this, because they could do it. They could make tutorials every 3 weeks, but the time and money investment is just not worth it.
But I feel like that's almost directing the meta, and metas aren't meant to be like that. Metas are meant to be made by the players rather than being kind of directed and saying, right, listen to this is what you have to do.
I don't think...
Sure, it's made by the community technically with a pro player, but it's still not allowing you to do anything. It feels like it's not allowing you to experiment yourself with the meta.
No, I don't think that's a huge thing. Simply because, the meta and the stuff that's covered in that video isn't going to be in depth enough for people who are at the high level to even care about. And the people at the high level and the pro players will dictate the meta as it changes and tops and turns and evolves. And then as it trickles down, people will learn about it. This tutorial is only for the base level people who just want to get into a Conquest game and not be terrible.
Sure. Yeah, that's fair enough. I think. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's just going to be tough in general to make any sort of thing like that.
It's a big, difficult undertaking, and starting a petition isn't going to make it cheaper.
True.
Or more commercially viable for the company.
Exactly. Let's talk about an ability now.
Okay.
Ice Wall.
Ymir?
Ymir, correct. I was hoping you'd get that because I'm in Ymir and all.
I was saying that to help people at home, but also I wasn't confident, so my voice went up at the end because I was like, "Is it Ymir? It is Ymir." I thought it was Skadi at first.
No one knows who makes ice walls in this game.
People may not know. It's Ymir's first ability. He makes a massive ice wall that stays there for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 seconds.
I'm going to check you up on that. Hold on.
I'm pretty sure it's 6 on the max rank.
Yeah, you're right. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Yeah.
What's his cooldown?
I don't know if it scales or not.
It's not even the end section of Start of the Quiz.
Oh god. Okay. I really don't know, But if it's a single number, I think it's 12. If it's not, if it's a scaling thing,
it's a single number.
12.
14.
14. I wasn't that far off.
It's close. Ymir Wall. Saint Angria on Reddit says 2 changes that need to happen to Ymir Wall. Ymir Wall should not stop Friendly God's back animation. It's something that players can benefit from, and it's just a way to troll people. And the second thing, Friendly Gods, including Ymir, should be able to pass through Ymir Walls the same way they can walk out of Odin's ring of spears. This change could make Ymir actually viable and less frustrating to play with, and it gives Ymir players the confidence to place a wall in tight situations, knowing that they won't wall off teammates.
The first thing you got to realise is that's a big buff.
Yes, that's a huge buff.
Like, through any corridor or anywhere, you can just place a wall and your entire team can walk through it, their team can't, and it sits there for 6 seconds, which is a long time in a fight or a game.
I think you'd have to nerf the cooldown or something if you give it that property.
You'd have to nerf the cooldown or the duration, and...
Well, I didn't mean to cooldown, I meant duration.
Yeah. And the duration is one of the things that makes it good, because it's a permanent thing in the fight. You've got to bear in mind with Odin ult as well, that's his ult. The reason it's good and a free escape in many cases is because it's his ultimate ability. Ymir will... Also, as far as Ymir being able to walk through it himself, in most situations you can place it behind you as you're walking. Just putting that out there.
Yes. I mean, obviously you still got... If you're slowed or something, right? Like...
Yeah, but that's why slow is one of the biggest counters to Ymir.
Only Ymir can walk through it. Is that what you're suggesting? Could be
no.
Another... I mean,
I'm not stressed. I'm saying keep it how it is.
Yeah, sure. Okay.
It doesn't... above all else, it doesn't make sense.
How about this? Doo-Doo Stank says he should be able to press it again to make it disappear.
Yes.
I agree with that.
That I like quite a lot.
Yeah.
Because that could also save like 6 seconds of the cooldown on your wall.
Yeah.
And if you misplace it, then you can just destroy it in your team. Then again...
And also
it's the whole pressure of... because that's like...
But the thing is... Like,
sorry.
I feel like... the wall... Like, if you were... I feel like that's a fine change, because you if you do press it, again, you're wasting that time where you could have a wall up. If you've messed up and you remove it and stuff, that's longer that your wall is not out for and not being utilised.
But at the same time, in that kind of, in the clusterfuck saving teammate situation where it's like 3 of them trying to chase down your teammate and they're quite close and you got to judge the wall, that's where most of the skill and experience of Ymir comes in.
True.
And that's where it becomes really important, and that's a big part of the skill curve. And like removing also the tension of I could save him or kill him. Let's see what happens. I don't know. I like that aspect of Ymir.
And when looking
except
at
when
it
I
from
kill my teammates.
Yeah.
Which happens quite often.
Looking at it from a team point of view, like this is a team game. If you mess up, then I mean, taking out the frustration factor that like, oh, you've just been walled off and it's not your fault. Taking that out of it and making it just about the team, you are ruining the team. You're disadvantaging the team by placing a bad wall, and that is affecting you, and that is something that you should be punished for. That is something that the team should be punished for you playing badly. And I think... Yeah.
Also, as far as the Ymir placing a wall on a teammate, blocking your back, lighten the fuck up. Like, there's a lot of things in this game that are legitimate BM, and it's legitimate, like, you can get annoyed at them for it. But it's not like he can spam walls on you and prevent your back forever. He's wasted an ability and some of his mana just to make a joke, which usually can be missed quite easily anyway. And all you need to do is just press B again.
I could say exactly the same thing about spamming abilities that you can't mute, like you said before.
No, because that's a maintained, free source of BM. Ymir wall costs you mana, costs you your wall, and you can't do it again. Which to me just kind of like alleviates it.
How short of a cooldown can you get Ymir's wall? 40% and 14.
Don't do this to me.
You can't make it so that you can consistently do it, right? Surely not. No, you can't.
I'm pretty sure cooldown starts after the wall breaks anyway.
Oh, okay. And that's something that would probably change, I think. If you could
8.4 seconds.
Okay. If you could break the wall by pressing it again, I feel like the cooldown should start when you put it up, rather than when it breaks, because you should.
Well, okay.
In that case,
that then gives you 2.6 seconds of wall down, 2.4 seconds of wall downtime.
What do you mean?
If the cooldown started when you placed the wall,
yeah,
and you had max CDR.
No. But also nerf the cooldown as well. Increase the cooldown.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. There needs to be punishment for being able to break the wall. There needs to be some sort of punishment there to break the wall, so that you don't just get a free wall break and then have the wall up again. Anyway, we've spoken about that way too much. There's also another a completely different post actually that's got 138 upvotes on Reddit by Late Boy. He says, "Why can't I put a Janus portal on the Ymir wall?" There we go.
Because that's a lot of effort for Hyros to code.
Well,
that would require a much better working game than Hyros currently has.
I don't know. I mean, Chernobog can go into a Ymir wall.
Yeah, but Chernobog's ability was built from the ground up to go into player-made walls. Yeah. Also, a friendly Janus should be able to do that, but not the enemy Janus, is what I think. Janus is slippery enough as it is.
Sure.
But to make it so that you try and wall him off, he goes through your wall, and then your entire team is just trapped.
Yeah.
That is so annoying. Also, for context here, because I feel like this would help, I have over 2,000 worshippers on Ymir.
Yeah.
And Danny, you might have Diamond Ymir.
I have Diamond Ymir, yeah.
But you're also a mid-main, mostly.
Yeah.
So you're more on the receiving end of bad Ymir walls, where I'm more on the placing end of bad Ymir walls.
Absolutely. And also a Janus, Janus is my most played god as well, so...
Yeah.
Anyway, moving on from Ymir wall now. God Reviews on Reddit says that they made a poll where 2,402 people voted on Reddit, YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter about reworks, and this is very interesting. So they've posted the results of the poll. The first question was, how do you feel about reworks? 68%. 68% said they usually like item and god reworks. 21% said they are okay, and 11% said they hate reworks. 92% they liked. 92% said they liked the recent passive reworks for Guan Yu and Xbalanque. 29% of people said that they liked the latest Freya rework. 20% said they're okay with it. 51% said they didn't like it. Did you like old Freya? 84% said yes.
Wow, that's much more than I thought.
Yeah. Which gods need reworks? People could have chosen three. People chose 3 gods. The top 5 most voted gods are Loki. I think that's no surprise. It's got 1,469 votes. Arachne. Interesting. Nike.
Yeah.
This is an interesting one. Thoth.
Really?
987 votes. I wonder why.
Salty people because he's got a lot of burst and a lot of range and he's very safe.
Things are like, no, Thoth right now is not even good. I mean, not saying that only good characters should be on here. Like, for example, Arachne isn't great right now. But maybe it's because, it's because they don't... yeah, he's one of the 10 gods or something that didn't get picked in SPL.
Yeah, because I feel like Thoth,
SWC.
Because Thoth is very burst based, very ranged, and very slippery and hard to track down. He's hard to balance, which might be the reason that he's in this list.
But also, I feel like people aren't that clever to have that as the reason. Bear in mind, 1,400 of these people said Loki.
Yeah, that's true.
And I mean,
Loki is hard to balance. He's always bad.
Vimana is the 5th one. But this did come out... Oh, no. Wait, this poll might have been before... Probably was before the most recent buff.
Which is close to a rework, I'd say.
Gods with the least votes. This is very interesting. Guan Yu, which is kind of a given because he recently got one. Sylvanus... 6 votes.
Okay.
Izanami with 5 votes. Ganesh. And Awelix. Ganesh and Awelix both on 3 votes.
Awelix
is the least.
That's a surprising one.
Yeah.
Because this is the closest thing you can get to a reflection of what the community thinks are the best designed gods.
Essentially.
Or the ones that they just forgot about and don't care about. Which I think might be where Awelix comes from.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
potentially.
Like no one thinks about Awelix. They probably just went straight past her name on that list because they didn't even recognise the word. Like it's just, who cares about Awelix?
But also she does have synergy in her in with her 3 and her ult and I don't know, her 2 is nice to is satisfying. I don't know, she's a very satisfying god to play as, and she synergizes with stuff well, right? So she has like a specific thing that she does well with, and that's knockups.
That's always a fun thing.
Yeah. So that's I don't know, pretty interesting.
That's interesting. I like that list.
Moving on now to Rayflon98's post. He says, or she says, petition for Hi-Res to create a standard female voice pack for goddesses. Obviously we have the standard male, but so they say, doesn't it bother you to play with a goddess you don't have the voice pack yet, and when using VGS, hearing the male voice? Like, is it that hard? I feel like it would be great, honestly. What do you all think?
Yeah.
I don't see why not. Apart from paying them, but they pay a lot of voice actors anyway.
Yeah. I think it would be a cool thing. And it would just be another way to... Okay, well, there's 2 things here. There's a pro and con. Pro... I've forgotten the pro. But con is that you... I'm so good at remembering things. Okay, I thought of again. Give me a second. Pro is that obviously for the teammates it's easier to differentiate who's who. Like, you hear a female voice pack that narrows down who it is in your head. Mm-hmm. Because that's one of the tactical, I guess, advantages of voice packs. You don't need to look at and see who said what. You just know, Guan Yu wants me to gank
it's kind
his lane or whatever.
The unspoken kind of pay-to-win aspect of SMITE.
Yeah. And then if there was a different female voice, then that would obviously help to narrow down who might have said that. But then at the same time, the con is that would draw away from people buying voice packs a bit, if it removes some of that advantage.
Potentially.
which could potentially, I don't think this is a big factor, but it could potentially lose Hi-Rez some money in Voicepack sales.
Well, actually, Dadnaya makes the point of money. Use it, but in a different way. Using the default voice pack with a male god sucks, but kind of works. Using default voice pack with a female goddess sucks very much and is even worse, which drives people to buy more female goddesses voice packs than males. Actually, okay, so I guess it is similar to what you said. But also, I thought of something with money where getting someone to voice act for it, and putting that into the game, that doesn't make them money in any way either. It's a cool suggestion. True. It's a cool thing for the community to want, but it doesn't actually make them money.
I don't think it would be a big time investment for a decent quality of life improvement.
But it's money investment as well.
Yeah. I think factoring more into the I almost feel like because of getting a voice actor in to do a bunch of voice lines, they do it so much. I feel like almost it's a bigger money loss for the people who are like content with their female character's voice pack when it's the default voice pack and aren't pushed to buy a new one. Like he said. Hello, Siren.
What?
The car went by that went wait. So I said hi, Siren.
Can't hear you. Shout louder. Don't shout louder.
What? Why can't you? Okay.
Let's move
Carry
on. Kadabra. This last community topic. Like I said, it's a lot. There's also a lot that I didn't use as well. Kadabra CWU says, if Hi-Rez Studios made Smite the movie and you were an actor in it, which god would you star as and why? I thought it was a pretty fun one to end on.
Oh god.
Whilst you're thinking of that, I'll say some of the comments. Bavsar says Jean Queer, have the body type and hair for it. Zenigo Turtle says Kamazots because I make terrible screeching noises when I play Smite with my friends. 8 says Arpwatch because I'm skinny and might as well be dead.
Whoa, okay.
Victor Cat says Ymir and it would be a porno.
Ooh, yeah.
Loki because everyone hates me. Bacchus to just get drunk on set.
Yes. So many good answers and I can't think of a single one. They're all so good.
Yeah, I feel like I was going to be a bit more legit. I don't know, I feel like my British nature plus how much I've played him, Janus.
Yeah.
British
are there
nature. Is that...
Which gods are the British gods? There's Apollo, Janus.
Apollo, yeah. I don't think I have the abs for Apollo.
No, God, no.
Wow!
I'll be Ymir, so I'll get the most screen time.
That's really fucking harsh. Oh, God, no. God, you don't have the... Oh, what? How could you even suggest that?
Two things. First of all, I meant that from my perspective. But second of all, I'm going to keep it as a really sick burn. I'm just going to...
Yeah, sure. You're right. But, man, I'm just looking at the gods now. I don't know. I feel like it'd be... I mean, there's so many non-human characters or human-shaped characters that we can't... I don't know. It's hard to think about us playing anyone that isn't an actual human.
Vamana, because I am short, and I will. Nice. It'll go well. I'll match it.
I like Cupid for you. There you go.
I've got the body shape for it.
What, a giant head?
Yeah.
Okay. And the voice. Wasn't as sick as Burn.
God, which voice do I go with? That's a big thing. I don't know. I can't think of a good answer to that at all.
Yeah, I know. I like other people's answers here. Kumba, so I can just sleep all day, so I can make a 98.
That's a good idea.
Kepri, what a costume that would be. My star fell. Nice. Anyway.
No, I'm just going to play Apollo and walk around with the harp and just play terrible tunes on it. And just like try and deafen people just with really annoying music.
I'll tell you what, I've got one for both of us. Chiron. With a classic pantomime horse.
Struck on the head.
Someone can be the head, someone can be the butt. Alright, I'll be the butt. The cosplay. If we ever go to SWC...
Oh, we're cosplaying as Chiron together. Oh, that would be amazing, wouldn't it?
Christ.
Or we could just wear a big t-shirt and be Agni. This is a different question we've invented, but I like it even more.
Nice. Right, okay, that's it for the community side
Sylvanus.
Sylvanus. Wow.
Who's riding who?
Someone piggybacks. Now on to suggestions from the community, a couple here. Well, first one is from a certain Nightwool. We could use a situational build helper during matches. If there is a tab popular items for each god, could we have something hinting players new as well as experienced on building correctly depending on the match situation? A simple system taking into account the enemy team composition with either glowing items in the inventory or a new tab, proposed match items. For example, if an enemy has at least one healer, get some anti-heal. Enemy team is really tanky, get some penetration or something. Enemy team has a lot of CCs, get beads, Magi's Blessing, Magi's Cloak, etc, etc. Yeah, what do you reckon? I feel like it's going to be extremely hard.
Yeah, there's a word in that that confused me when you said just a simple system. That's not a fucking simple system.
No.
That's going to be really difficult to implement.
It probably has to include some machine learning in it as well.
Yeah, like... that would actually be a good way of doing it. So the more items are bought, the more that item is suggested.
Yeah.
Anyway, okay, that's just called popular, but you know what I mean.
But it's popular, but more in line with who you're playing against.
Yeah.
Didn't they change popular? I know they changed popular based on map, but did they change I thought they said at some point they were changing popular to be who you played against as well. I might be wrong.
That's
they might have said it even, but they might have not said. Because I mean, even recently, I had a game where like I looked in the popular items and it seemed to link up to who I was playing against as well. I don't know. It might have just been a trick of the mind, but anyway,
I don't know. Builds are more complicated than that, and with how much the meta changes as well, like that's a very difficult thing to implement. And not worth the money for high res.
Yeah,
quite frankly, they aren't going to invest that much money into it when it's not going to make them any money.
Or even not even bother with machine learning. Just be like, if there is a healer on your team, like I don't know, have a list of.
You could do a super simple thing like that.
But yeah. Anyway, and the last suggestions by Skinwalker576. What does everyone think of a Legends Pantheon? I really like this. Legends, urban myths, stuff like the Jersey Devil, Mothman, the Chupacabra, the Terry, Bigfoot, or Loch Ness Monster. I think they would be cool additions. What does everyone else think? Oh wait, okay, hold on, edit, my autocorrect kicked in. Instead of the Terry, I meant to type Yeti, and there we go. I was like, who the hell is Terry? I wish Terry Crews is going to be added in the Legends Pantheon.
Yes!
Is that all you have to say?
Yes. Add Terry Crews to SMITE.
Power! I think that'd be really cool.
Yeah, I don't know. It again leans. It's kind of several jumps in the direction that Heroes are going in, which is kind of leaning away from the battleground of the gods and just the battleground of the powerful people from myths and legends.
Yes. However, to be honest with you, like, and I'm like this for the Avalon Pantheon as well. I don't mind. Probably Legends is a bit too far away, but especially the Avalon, I don't care. Like, as long as we get cool characters that are still myths or legends.
Legends, you would have to pick interesting things. Like, there's a lot of legends that are just a big guy that's furry. Like, Yeti and Bigfoot are going to be basically the same character, unless you do a lot of weird things. But things like the Loch Ness Monster, Slender Man, who is probably copyrighted, like, all the interesting ones, I think, would be really cool to try and design into SMITE.
Yeah. It'd be kind of cool. And someone says Venom Duck says maybe as buff camps. Don't know.
I don't like that, because the buff camps are kind of in line with the Pantheon of the map.
Yeah, sure. But that is it for what the community has to say for this week and suggestions that they may have. We're now on to the end section, and it's another instalment of the Spelling He.
Oh no, not this one.
No. The Spelling He. Bo.
Yeah. Right.
Hi.
Let's embarrass myself. Let's go.
So, I have, if you forget how it works, I have 10 words here for you to spell. I've ordered them as best I can, from easy to hard. This ranges from very easy to very hard, this one. But let's see how you do. I'll give you... How long did I give you last time? I can't remember.
30 seconds, I think. It was about 5 minutes, I think.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Guess.
Sure. Yeah. Oh, did I give you Google as well?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, sure. Right. No Google, no SMITE. No nothing. I'll give you... Okay, yeah. I think that's right. I gave you 30 seconds to think about it, and then after 30 seconds you say it. I think that's what it is.
Yeah.
Okay. So, let's start then. Your first word.
This is going to go terribly.
The easiest word. And you're welcome. Pantheon.
I hope it's... Oh, whoops.
Oh god, if you don't get this.
Yeah. Thing is, I'm pretty sure I know it, but if I get it wrong, then I'm never going to hear the end of it.
Never
So,
ever.
I'll probably stick with that. I'm also going to change to sticky notes so that I don't get red underlines in Discord. Pantheon. That
Did you
must
get red
be
underline?
it. No.
Okay.
Right,
30 seconds is up though.
Okay. Pantheon.
Adam. Correct.
Yeah. Okay. I've got a point now, so I'll be okay.
Well done. Next word, 30 seconds. Xing-chan. I feel like this is an easy one.
Tian. I'm pretty sure it's Tian, right? Xing-tian. I'm gonna go with... Yeah, it'll be fine. Xing. Xing. Tian. Tian.
Correct!
Yay!
2 out of 2. Oh boy.
You need to get a little button you can press. Like a ding.
Yeah, I want to get a soundboard button.
Would it be a ding? What sound would it be?
Ding. Yeah, like they have in the game shows.
Yeah.
And yeah. You fucked up.
Oh, that'd be even better. Yeah.
It was at this moment he knew. Next word. 30 seconds. Venomous bite. Arachne's first ability.
So venomous is the word you're asking me to spell.
No, bite. No, venomous.
I think that's how you spell venomous. Unless there's something weird. I'm not gonna think of anything else though. I'm gonna go with VENOMOUS BITE.
Correct.
Yeah.
Easy peasy. Easy. Okay, this starts a little bit harder now.
I don't like that.
This actually comes away a little bit from the actual game of Smite, and instead goes into some of the unused characters.
Okay.
From the wiki, and also.
If you ask me to spell Jorgemund, I'm gonna hit you.
Next word.
You're a 7-hour drive away, but I don't care.
Dionysus.
What the fuck?
For context, Dionysus is the, I think, Greek god of like wine. It's like the Greek version of Bacchus.
Can you use it in a sentence?
I just did. Dionysus is the Greek version of Bacchus.
Oh, God. You said it's going to step up a little bit, and then you gave me a word that I've never heard before.
And stop. We've spoken about it a lot in just like with friends and stuff.
You haven't spelt it.
What's the word?
Okay.
What's the spelling?
DYONASUS.
No. Unlucky.
Is it an I?
It's DIONYSUS. Dionysus.
I'm not even annoyed at myself for not getting that, because you're a penis for making me try and guess that.
If you have heard of it, it would have been easy. It would have been like an easy one. That's why I put it in the fourth.
Dionysus. Okay.
Fifth one. This is going to be a lot easier then. Dharmic pillars.
So you're just trying to fuck me over with a H after the D, aren't you?
No.
Which is, I think, I hope it's the only thing that might catch me out here. I'm going to go with DHARMICPILLARS. I feel weird spelling out pillars.
Yeah, that's right. Next word. Anatoly.
What the
I assume you know what Anatoly is.
Yeah. Anatoly? Yeah, Anatoly. That's Anatole. Anatoly. Y-E-Y-I-E. Ooh, I-E looks right. That's okay. Just an O? That O looks weird.
30 seconds.
ANATOLIE.
Oh!
If that's right, I'm going to be amazing, but I don't think it is because I just went, ooh.
So close. Replace the E at the end with a Y.
Okay. That makes sense.
ANATOLIY. Doesn't really, because I and Y doesn't really go together.
I know. That was sarcasm.
Okay,
I'm
cool.
pissed off. Next one.
Next one. This is a Raven skin. Rock from Bizrak.
Rock from... what the... Bizrak?
Bizrak.
Bizrak. Is that just... That's just an A? Is it a Y? I think that's probably a Y. Is it? No. The Y looks nicer. I think it's the Y. Is it just rock from Bizrak?
Yep.
Okay. I don't know one of the first two words wrong. Is that time?
Yep.
Okay. ROCK.
FROM. Well done.
Bysrack.
Yeah, no. Bisrakh.
Oh, of course.
It picks up at the end.
Bisrach.
These last three are tough. So good luck.
And that one. Okay.
This is the Bacchus skin. Brynhilda.
Hilda. Say that again.
Brynhilda.
I think it's because it's on here. I'm gonna assume that the Bryn spelling is the Brynn, but I don't know.
5 seconds.
A Y in Hilda. No, I in Hilda. Hildar.
Okay.
Hildur. Is that this time?
Yeah.
Brynn. But by how you reacted to that, I think that's wrong.
Okay.
Hildur.
Hildar.
Yeah. No, Dur.
Dur. You did get the Y right. Not double N.
Okay.
And there is no U. And it's just that.
See, I was thinking it might have been Hildur, but that's a bit too weird.
Hildur.
And you kept saying it Hildur, so I
how else do you say it?
Hilda.
I said Hilda. Brynhilda.
Hilda.
I did not.
You did.
I said
Okay.
Brynhilda. Anyway, your next one. You might get this.
I disagree.
Yggdrasil.
Oh, I've seen this written so many times.
Yeah, the tree of which Ratatoska traverses.
It begins with a Y.
The world is what is it? The world tree.
Yggdrasil. I think it begins with a Y and the rest are L's. Are there any other weird vowels? Probably it's Norse. 2 L's? 3 L's? 4 L's? I don't know. Yggdrasil.
Okay. What you
No,
got?
Yggdrasil. Sorry? Is that time?
Yep.
Oh god. Ydrisil. I think
I
it's
was
wrong.
wrong, wasn't I?
Doesn't look right.
I thought you might have got this one, and you're going to be incredibly annoyed with me.
Are there 4 L's?
Y G G D R A S I L.
Okay, I'm not sure I would have guessed that. Yggdrasil.
Yggdrasil.
I'd forgotten there were G's in it. The YD didn't look right, but I wouldn't have guessed to put G's there.
Yeah. The last one, and I'm gonna pronounce this 2 ways. I'm gonna pronounce it how I think it's meant to be pronounced, but also I'm gonna pronounce it how it's spelt.
Oh, okay.
It shouldn't give you too much hints though.
Oh.
Actually, hold on.
Expelanqua.
I'm only going to do that because I'm only going to do that because I think I'm saying it wrong. But the word is shillelagh.
What the fuck?
Now, do you know what shillelagh is?
Where is that word anywhere in Smite?
Shillelagh is the...
Except for being that weird bit that's said in Baba Yetu where they're like...
Shillelagh! It's the tier 2 version of Blackthorn Hammer.
Oh, of course.
Hold on.
Okay.
Okay, fine. You've started.
No. Say the other thing you were gonna say.
No.
Please.
Okay. Spelt shillelagh. Time started.
Shillelagh. Okay. I've gone with L's everywhere. I've got 4 L's again, but in sets of 2. Shillelagh. Why? It's the last one. So there's probably a silent G in there somewhere again.
Okay, that's time. What's your spelling?
SHALEYLLA. Is it a H at the end? Is there a H at the end?
Yeah.
Fuck.
There's also a G before that H.
There's not. Oh, for fuck's sake. I was making a fucking joke. There was actually a silent G.
Yep. But also, replace your A with an I.
Of course.
Double up the L.
Of course.
Get rid of the Y. And single the other L. You got it pretty much.
God.
Everywhere you could get it wrong.
Hey, I got SH.
So, final spelling, SHILLELAGH.
Why is there so many silent fucking G's?
So that was...
And that's pronounced shillelagh.
I think it's shillelagh, yeah.
Wild.
I don't know.
What did I get?
So
4?
Overall, you got 4 out of 10. Yep.
I got 4, and 3 of them were the first 3.
Yeah.
God,
although that was expected, they are the easy ones. So
yeah,
Pantheon.
true.
If you look at Pantheon now to shillelagh.
Fucking shillelagh.
But that is...
I still think the hardest one was the one that I've never heard of, because you just threw it at me for no reason.
Yep. I'm sorry.
You should be.
So that's it then for this podcast. Thank you very much for joining us. Thank you, Adam, for joining me.
Thank you, Danny, for having me, even though I'm here every week.
Yeah.
And you haven't really got a choice in that.
I really don't, do I? The next podcast is going to be the last one of the year.
It is. Very sad.
And I have a cool end section for the end of the year.
I'm sure you do. Look forward
but also, there's going to be a lot of changes to this podcast potentially in the coming probably couple months, maybe. At most.
I'd give us some time to get everything sorted out, just in case.
So look out for those. Do submit any of your if you wanted to talk about a topic on this podcast, make sure you either comment it in the comments of this video or tweet us at NomNetworkYT and use the hashtag SmiteCompod. And
also worth mentioning, one of the end sections is called Agniant, where we answer any problems that you have and any issues that you might need solving, and we solve them for you practically. Just do hashtag
100%.
Agniant and we will solve your problems for you.
100% solve them.
Yeah.
With zero troll.
All issues gone. Just do what we say and exactly what we say.
And hey, you can also submit your skin concepts to SMITE Community Concepts. That's a good thing to do. Yeah. And
if you're even still listening. If you're listening to this, hi. Most people clicked off about a minute ago, but you're still here, and I appreciate you.
If you're listening to this, comment. I love bacon.
I do love bacon.
Everyone else would be confused. But thank you very much for watching. We need to go. Take care.
Okay. Take care. Bye-bye.